there's a lot on tape to correct. Sometimes you can go out and you play well, score a bunch of points, you move the football, and everybody goes home and feels really good about it. But as coaches, when we start grading the tape, there's a lot of stuff to improve. But it's nice to be able to make those improvements and make those changes after a win, and not have to wait to a big loss to be able to get serious about some of these things that they need to correct. And really, it's technique, fundamentals. It's getting out there the very first time and playing. Sometimes you get excited, you get juiced up, and you forget about some of the details. So, I think there's a lot to correct. Number one, now seeing that progress, we're playing a really good team in App State. I think their defense last 7 games, last 6 of 2014, and then first game in 15, they're averaging giving up 255 yards total defense, which is pretty strong. So we're going to have a confident defense that's coming in here. They'll create some more challenges for us than maybe we had last week. But that's how our schedule is going to be. It's going to continue to get harder each week. I think really that Coach Sweeney's message has been the same since day one for our players. It's all about us. And yes, we did some good things, but we got a lot of things that we can correct and a lot of things that we need to improve on if we're going to have a chance against a few of these other teams down the road.
Coach, I asked Ray how he managed to look so polished with his route running, his blocking as a wide receiver already. He attributed that to being really a student of the game. Is that something that stood out to you about him, his acumen, his dedication to learn the game?
Yeah, I think as freshmen, I've seen 2 different type of freshmen that come in. You have the majority of them come in and they don't know what they don't know, and they have to go out there in the game to kind of figure out, oh, that's why you've been telling me that for the last month and a half. Now I see. Now I'm going to go get it corrected. And then you have the other ones that come in that understand that it's going to take more than just talent to be able to execute at this level. And Ray was one of those guys, that came in and wanted to be a student of the game and takes good notes. He sits next to Artavis in the meeting room. Them guys are going back and forth over all the small details, much like some of our other older guys did with Artavis whenever he was coming in. But I've been very pleased with Ray, and I mean it went exactly like I was hoping for him as a freshman in his first game. There was no big eye moment or anything like that. I mean he went out there and you would have thought he's been playing for us for 2 or 3 years.
As an offensive coordinator, did you guys get through the play sheet like you wanted to this weekend?
Yeah, I think going into it being the first game and then schematically what they were doing, we felt like we could be pretty simple and really work on our tempo, playing fast, coming right out of the gate, and we were able to do that. And then as the game went, obviously there's certain things you would like to hold for other games coming up, and we were able to do that, but we had them in case we needed them. You don't have to go very far back to 2011 to know we were in a 1-point game going to the 4th quarter. So we had to be sure that we had enough to win the game if we needed to in the 4th quarter. But because of the way the guys executed early on, we were able to stay simple and play fast.
How'd you feel about the running back core and the ability to get production out of almost every running back you put out there Saturday?
It was good. I was very pleased. It really mirrored what we've seen in spring practice and fall camp. We feel like we've got a room full of guys that can go out there and execute. Each one of the guys kind of brings something a little bit different. And I think what you see too is you see some fresh legs. I mean, Zach Brooks comes out there right off the sidelines, and man, he's fast, gets up there, and that defense has been out there the entire game. And so if we can keep our guys fresh, and really the biggest thing you look for as a coach is you don't want to drop off when you put that next guy in. You don't want to have to affect how you're calling plays and what plays you're calling based off the personnel that's in the game, whether that be a running back, a tight end, or wide receiver. And we feel like we have the potential with this group of skill players at those 3 positions that we can roll those guys and call the game and not be worried about only running certain plays with certain guys.